What's up, world? Isaiah here from Making It Make Sense with Isaiah, Jasper, and Theo. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify with new episodes every Friday. We also want to hear from you between episodes, so follow our Instagram at Making It Make Sense IJT or email us at makingitmakesense@gmail.com. Now listen up and let's make all the sense.
Hello, everybody. Theo's not here today.
This is Theodore.
Yeah, this is Theodore. It's so true. Oh my god.
This isn't Theo. This is Theodore.
Hello, everybody.
Dad. This is Theodore Rosen from Wales.
Oh my god.
This is Theodore Rosen from Wales. Reporting from the BBC.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
What notification is this? Oh my god. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Theo.
No, it's Theodore.
I can't believe
Theodore from Wales. Theodore Rosen. Reporting from the BBC.
Oh, you gotta be careful. BBC. People making the wrong idea.
Oh no, not the BBC. Reporting from whichever BBC it is you subscribe to, if you know what I mean.
Oh Lord.
Oh my god.
No, but welcome back to Making It Make Sense, everybody. Today we're going to talk about missing white girl syndrome, or these poor missing white girls out here, huh?
Yeah, it's, and I want to say, just add in, that two things can exist and be true at the same time. So obviously, I'm sending positivity and condolences to the family of this woman that went missing. Her name is Gabby Petito, which I believe now it's been confirmed that she was murdered by her boyfriend. And so
possibly he's a person of interest.
Person of interest. And he is actually now missing as well. Obviously he's fleeing, but hiding. But and then the other thing on the other side of that is the level of national coverage that missing white women get versus the and Theo, you mentioned this earlier, which we'd all been reading, that over 100 Native American women have gone missing during this time as well. And this is obviously not the first time, in history that women of color missing goes either unreported, underreported, or
Ignored,
or completely just kind of blocked over by the, unfortunately, the missing white woman of the week. So,
and also, you know what? In Ohio, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it was the beginning of the year or during the summer. Like, let's say it was March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Mm-hmm. For those 5 consecutive days, young Black children around the same age were going missing each those days, not too far from each other. And no one found it strange. No one reported it. It was in national news. Talk about being completely ignored. Yet some, and again, it goes without saying, it is unfortunate that this happened to this young lady. Absolutely. A life is a life, regardless whether you're black, white, yellow, brown, or whatever. But it's unfortunate that everything isn't equitable.
Right.
National news should be across the board. This young lady is not the first and only person to go missing this year, yet it made national news.
Right.
In this way. Something's wrong.
Very wrong. I agree. Because Daniel Robinson, a black college student, he's been missing since
Yes.
June, and
Mm-hmm.
his he was overlooked, and he's been missing for 3 months, four
Absolutely.
months now. So and they they just now finally starting to bring him after this white woman, Gabby, was it Gabby?
Mm-hmm.
But went missing, whatever. And I found that puzzling because like the FBI, CIA, CNN, ABC News all put the spotlight on this white woman like they always do, and she got found in 2 days. And since our lives are missing, people are missing, and our lives are lost, they're overshadowed. We saw millions of cases now of
Mm-hmm.
black people that are missing that have never been found, never been given coverage. So
Mm-hmm.
it's my issue is why is it that white lives seem to be matter and black lives seem to come in second? It's like all lives should matter. All lives should be put on the same pedestal when it comes to finding them, bringing them home to their families, rescuing them, or whatever. Like it shouldn't be a second. Oh, this life matters more than this life because in their life is a life, like they said earlier. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
puzzling to me how much attention she got. It's like okay, she's not the first white woman to end up missing and found dead. She's not the
Mm-hmm.
first, won't be the last. So what makes her and the white women so special, or white men so special, where they get all this attention and people all over the world rushing to their aid to support them, but you see these black mothers and black fathers crying out for help from the media, from anyone to hear their story to help them put a spotlight on their children that they're trying to find. Like it's sickening, and it
But
pisses me
look,
off.
let's say the
Mm-hmm.
definition of this missing white girl syndrome is a term used by social scientists and media commentators to
Mm-hmm.
refer to an alleged disproportionate media coverage, especially in television, of missing person cases, including young, white, upper middle class women or girls, compared to the relative lack of attention towards missing women who are not white, women of lower social classes, and missing men or boys. And the American news anchor Gwen Eiffel
Mm-hmm.
is considered to be the originator of the phrase.
Yes.
R.I.P. Gwen Eiffel.
R.I.P.
Come on,
Um,
definition.
and I'm glad you also brought up missing young men. And Jasper, you had mentioned this with Daniel Johnson, and recently, so this young man, Jelani Day, has been missing since August 24th. Um, he it was last seen then, and you know this wasn't the thing is like that was August 24th. It's September 22nd, by the way. It's the day we're recording, everyone. And there's been no, I mean, I didn't hear Jelani Day. I didn't hear about this until about like a few days ago.
Until
Like,
after
yeah.
home,
And that was after, exactly after,
after they
this,
found homegirl.
he's 25 years old. He's an aspiring doctor, and he's a graduate student at Illinois State University. And again, and I'm going to add this in as well. Like, you shouldn't just care about a missing person because something about them seems extraordinary to you either. They're a missing human and they deserve to be found. So they don't have to be extraordinary, to be important either. So,
you know. And it's another black person is missing. Sanaya Dennis, she
hmm
was a college student that disappeared last month, and she was 19, and they found her. And they're saying that they're assuming that she committed suicide, that she took her life. And my thing is like been missing that long, and nobody knew about it. Like this, like I'm saying, this stuff like this happens where we don't, nothing's being said, no
hmm
media attention, and it's all lives should matter. Like I don't understand why it's this dynamic, especially when it's lives are lost. Like at the end of the day, lives are the life, and you keep we can go. It's like so many people of color that are missing. We'll be here all night,
Yeah.
days, because it's so many that are missing, that's not been found, that's
hmm
not talked about, that's just like left unnoticed, and it's sad.
And think about how long it takes for, like, just in general. So I mean, we can even expand really upon, upon that theory where, we remember Vanessa Julian's family, the woman that was found in Fort Hood and Killeen last year. That was tragic. But again, there was like nothing transpired or nothing really kicked off until someone realized, like, wait a minute, this is not okay. This is a woman of color. She's missing. We have to start, and then even then, like, it took like this incredible, insane push for that to be brought to the surface, even another story. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one, Tamla Horsford.
Yeah.
Right, November 4th, 2018. She was discovered dead in the backyard at a friend's home, at a slumber party that she was attending.
Oh, remember that?
She was the only black one there.
And she was the
Remember that?
only black woman there. What was that, Theo? I'm sorry.
But I said, remember that, and that didn't make national
Yeah.
news.
No.
This was a mother. This was a wife. This was, this impacted a group of people as well. Did it make national news? No. But
Nope.
this poor young lady, what's her name? Janine. What's her name?
Gabby.
Gabby Petito.
Gabby Potato. Look.
Petito. Yep.
You
Look.
know what?
No, once again, these are the names that matter to white America and to the national audience. There was here in New York, by the way, there was a girl named Sanaya Davis, 19 years old. She went
I read
missing.
that. Yes.
She was a
I think
student.
I think it's the one I just.
She was a
Really?
student at SUNY Buffalo State College.
Okay, that's the one I just said earlier.
That's the one that you said?
Sanaya Dennis. Yes.
Oh, sorry. It's
Oh, that's
Sanaya.
the same. Oh, you did. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sanaya Dennis.
And
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
there's another one. There's a young lady from the Bronx here in New York City, Ashanti Moody, 17 years old. She was last seen April 7, which is my birthday.
Oh, wow.
There was a 16-year-old girl, Shanita Brown, who was missing from the Bronx again and last seen February 17. How come we don't hear about these young, vibrant, beautiful people?
We don't.
Have been blasted all over the news.
Mm-hmm.
Because their lives don't matter. Clearly, they don't matter to the public, to the public, to the people, to the FBI, to the police. Our lives don't matter. Our lives, we're just another life that just got that's lost. We don't seem to have any value to them. That's my thing. We don't have any value. Our lives aren't valued enough, or worth enough to give attention to actually send the squad out to go look for us. Like they sent the squad out to look for this white girl. I mean,
I
everybody's out
know.
looking for her.
To Wyoming.
On
Wait. Where did they go? What, Wisconsin or Wyoming?
Wyoming. She was found in Wyoming. They went on a mission.
And these people all the way from Florida, and they got the FBI, CIA, DNA, DEA, every A involved in this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Something's wrong, America, and this is why people say Black Lives Matter, not only in police brutality but in totality.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. The amount of time, Theo, I think you said this earlier, like it took them 2 days to find, like, once, I mean, it feels like it's been like, going on for like over like a week or two or something like that, but like the amount of time since the search started, and meanwhile, there's a woman, Native American woman, Mary Johnson, also known as Mary Johnson Davis, 40 years old. She was reported missing on December 9th. She was last seen of 2020. She was last seen November 25th, 2020, as she walked on Fire Trail Road on the Tulalip Indian Reservation in Marysville, Washington, on her way to her friend's house. I see a lot of like these articles will surface and then it says renewed interest, right? Renewed interest. I don't know where the word renewed comes from because it doesn't seem like there was initial interest. So, you know what I mean? Like I don't know why it's, especially with women of color, all of a sudden it's renewed interest in this case. And it's like, it's not renewed interest because there wasn't the appropriate amount of initial interest shown in it. So it's sad.
But
Among
mind you,
other things.
in that same damn state where they found Gabby,
mm-hmm.
There were it says 710 indigenous, mostly girls,
Mhm.
were missing over the past decade. Why hasn't that made national news? And where was the FBI to go conduct the same search for this one young lady, for all
Mhm.
these other bodies that went missing for the past decade?
Well, you know,
It, it's blatant hypocrisy, it's blatant prejudice, it's blatant racism, it's blatant disgustingness.
And think about that. 710 indigenous people missing in Wyoming. Seven that's I like, and again, I'm not saying, one life is more valued than the other, but in this instance it's like one life is more valued than the others. It's that's 710 people. That's not a small number. That's not like, I mean any number of missing people is too many missing people, starting with one, but that's I mean
And mind
that's a
you,
whole graduating class.
Isaiah,
it is.
you
It
do not
is, and
need
that's
to be apologetic or explain yourself. It is blatant that they do not care about black bodies. And if we don't sit here and care about what happened between Gabby and her boyfriend Joe, we have every right not to believe that. No, not to believe or not to care until there is equitable responsibility across the board. We should, if my child goes missing, I should feel comfortable and safe that the police and the system is going to do everything within their power to take care of my child missing. The same thing that they did with this young lady. The thing is that they don't. We're not the ones that have something to prove that we care. The fact that we said her name twice shows that we care. We don't have to care because our brothers and our sisters are going missing. The government and the system does not care. Period.
they don't. They don't. And like I said again, this is value. It's their lives are seen to have more value to them. So they're not putting out all the efforts to find our brothers and sisters that are missing, and sickening because at the end of the day it's a human life. So and to only put out the efforts and put out the forces for this one particular life because whatever it doesn't make sense, and it's really it's disgusting because it's like at the end of the day
Hypocrisy. And mind you,
like
she's dead
our
because
life.
her boyfriend, she's dead because her boyfriend doesn't know how to keep his hands to himself.
I mean,
Mhm.
I mean,
Or
that's
she doesn't know how to
tells
keep her hands to herself.
they haven't said we know it like everything adds up. We know he did it because he was like you said was an abuser and he's missing. So now he's missing. She's gone. So I mean, it's crazy because this case it's common for black women who end up getting killed by their boyfriends, and they become they get taken away and missing, and we find it somewhere. So what makes her special? What makes her special? All this energy, her search. Like I said earlier, that in 2 days, like they put effort.
Mhm.
So it's crazy because her she's not special. Her life matters. Her life matters, but she's not special. They're not special that they should get all this energy and time dedicated to finding them, and we don't get any of it. Like we don't get it.
That's why Isaiah, we know, first of all, Isaiah, you're very kind. And we know that this is unfortunate. It goes without saying. We don't need to say it so that we can make racist white America feel more comfortable with their jacked up system.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, you are a kind person. We are kind people. We are good people. It goes without saying that it's unfortunate that this young lady died. But the
It
reality is that we are in closer proximity of someone looking like us dying and the government and the country not doing anything than
Mhm.
worrying about Billy and Jenny and Bobby and them who are harming each other traveling
and
cross
that's
country.
and that's the thing too, is I think you come to think of it sometimes where you feel like, wait a minute, what if like I'll look at like one of my, like, or actually even closer than that, you know, out of my husband and myself, I think to myself, you know, if somebody pulled up and threw me in their car, I mean, well, first of all, like, I know without a doubt that Sean and my mother would burn this world down
Amen.
I know that much, but it's also the idea that, you know, God forbid, or, you know, that I went missing or something. Because, you know, I don't know if y'all know out in here, but I'm the shortest of the three of us. So somebody really could just throw me in the back of a trunk, never to be seen again. But no one listening get any ideas. Don't even try. Don't even do it. Don't
Not
even try.
today.
Not
You
that.
don't
Don't
want
even
Mama.
do
You
it.
don't want Mama Isaiah to burn the world down.
Because she really will. And so will my husband. Like, it'll be a wrap for it will be over for these hoes. So anyway, but I think that it's that there's a feeling that comes with that of like, wow, like, what if that could be me? Not even what if that was me, like, that could be me, you know. And thinking about, you know, okay, well, how much, you know, manpower would go into what would I make it, you know, would I, at the end of that, you know, how much manpower would go into looking for me, you know, would there be value in any of it, you know? And I just wish that, you know, it really was, especially after, you know, not even just everything that's happened in the last 2 years, everything that's happened over the last 500 plus years. I can't for the life of me understand why. I mean, I understand on a deeper level, absolutely. But from a surface place, even, it's kind of like, I don't understand why it is so hard to understand the concept of all lives cannot matter until all lives actually matter, right? I don't think people get that still. Or it's not actually, let me be clear. It's not that you don't get it, it's that you have no intentions of getting it.
Don't
That's
care.
what it is, right? I think that's the reality that most people just have to not, you don't have, you can come to grips with it and still continue to attempt to change it because it should be changed. It should be different. It shouldn't be like this. But the reality is that if you don't get it at this point and you are a grown person and you don't understand and you are not a person of color, then you are willfully being this way because this is who you want to be. You don't want to be an ally, right? So all of the people running around saying, oh, it's not about race, it's a missing person, it's not about, you're doing the same shit that you were doing last year, that you were doing the year before that your forefathers did, and that the colonizers did, period.
Track,
Yeah,
please.
you're
They gotta
right.
go. But you know how many times? I mean, we have to realize they're treating our bodies this way. When they're treating our existence this way, they're also saying that we are not worthy of getting closure. Like how
Nope.
Gabby's family has gotten closure so quickly. They're telling us that grief, grief for our
Nope.
family members appropriately. They're telling us that we're not worthy
Mm-hmm.
of our missing family members, our brothers and sisters, and with respect and dignity. Didn't get in life, and I don't care if this was done by whoever, because no one's busy worrying. And also, don't you see that they're not bad mouthing the shit out of this little girl's boyfriend? But let that be
Or
me
Karen.
or Isaiah or Jasper. They're gonna be taking out all our dirty laundry and then.
Which is very interesting that you just said laundry because his name is Brian Laundry.
Oh, shut up!
Trash.
Gutter
Um.
trash,
I'm not even kidding. Yes.
Yeah.
gutter
But
Yeah.
me.
trash,
Yeah.
dirty laundry.
Um. But you know, it's crazy because you know our black missing brothers and sisters never get found. We never hear about them. The murders, unsolved murders of our black brothers and sisters that have been constantly. Their cases never get solved. They go cold. So this stuff happens. Like I'm experiencing my brother. He was murdered. His case is still not been solved. It's 4 years now going in. So like
Mhm.
this stuff pisses me off because it's like, well, damn, like blue eyed and blonde hair, y'all, his case solved the next day. Like, let's keep it
Yeah.
100. It would have been
Hey.
solved the next day,
Yeah. See,
done. The killer would have been found, locked away. Like,
absolutely.
these cases, their codes go cold for decades sometimes. So
Hmm.
it's sickening and disheartening that people who have hearts really don't have hearts. They have a ice cold box in their chest.
They don't
So
care about our bodies.
they
They
don't
don't care
they
about our minds. They
so
don't
they
care
don't
about our
care. So
souls.
I don't care about their life. I don't care. I'm gonna keep the same energy. They don't care about our black lives, so I don't give a fuck about their black lives. So it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna
Hmm.
keep that same energy because I can't I feel bad about life being lost, but I
Of
feel
course.
like our too many lives have already been lost and are still being lost. They're not
Hmm.
being found, and their families are not getting close
Hello.
I
to
Look
agree.
at those Native American
bury their
people.
loved ones.
Look at those black people, people of color that are missing. When I heard that this white girl was missing, I said, "Oh well, who's next?"
Thank
The
you. Saying that's what I said.
same energy.
I
That
kept
is
I'm
the
sorry, I
same
scrolling.
don't mean to
energy.
laugh, but
Yeah, it's
honestly like
unfortunate.
that's
It's
the
very
thing though,
unfortunate.
because you have to. I feel like you have to kind of like just keeping it real. Like you have to return serve with that energy because you're not gonna you're not gonna receive this level of, or at least not now, it's not happening, it's not receiving this level of national coverage when somebody that looks like us goes missing, right?
And younger
So
too.
you have to, and right, so you have to return the same energy a lot of the time. It's just like, oh well, and this is what kills me about people that are always like the centrists, those type of people that are like, okay, um well, no, that's divisive, or that's, I don't give a flying fuck if it's divisive. I could care less. It's not divisive, it's the truth. You just don't want to hear it because it makes you uncomfortable, and I'm
Go
not
look
here to make
Um,
you
at the
comfortable.
person in the mirror.
yeah, so true. It's
you
just
know
it's just bullshit. It really is. It's just some bullshit all the way around. And like Tia said earlier, when I just saw it on Instagram. I just kept scrolling, like, okay, and okay,
Next,
like,
watch, they're gonna
live.
try to make this a national holiday for this young lady because she was
Yes.
such a wallflower. She was such a
Mhm.
this, and she was. And what about our black brothers and sisters that are missing? They weren't
and
great. They weren't
yeah,
worthy. They weren't lights into
Exactly.
this universe, into people in their lives.
Exactly.
mhm,
They have
exactly.
family. They have loved ones that love them. They want to see them, want to bury them, or want to get them back home. They have people that love them. Like, they're not
Mhm.
people that don't have families. Like, damn, like, what? Like, they have families too. They have children. They have nephews, nieces, aunts, uncles, grandparents, mothers, fathers. They want them home, even if it's their body. They don't have to be. Even if they want
For
their body.
exactly, for
Damn.
closure, for closure, so at
And
least you
Bullshit.
know. And and that's the thing that is, I mean, imagine being, and just speaking from the place of like Jelani Day's mother, who actually she spoke out about this, and her son's missing, and imagine turning on the TV and your own child's missing, and you turn on the TV and all you see is coverage of what America thinks is beauty,
little Jenny.
grace,
America's
right?
princess.
Right. Imagine turning it on and going, "Wow, so this
That
is
tell
this is it." Like, my son means nothing because he looks like me, like because we're brown, because we're black, so he means nothing. Imagine this, and the same thing for every set of colors, right? Imagine Imagine that for a Native American mother, for an Asian mother, for a Latinx mother, for and father. It's like, wait a minute. So your one kid matters more than the rest of these other people that are grieving and suffering because they do not know where their kids are.
Preach. But I know, let's give some, let's highlight and spotlight some missing black and brown children in this country.
Yes.
Here, there's a list of some of them.
Okay.
This is Markayla Gardner. Michaela Gardner is a 12-year-old black female. She's been missing from Syosset, New York since April 5th, 2021.
Wow.
Michaela has brown eyes, black hair, weighs 130 pounds, and is 5 feet 3 inches tall. Yeslis Castillo Feliz has been missing from Syosset, New York since April 5th, 2021. She was born August 2005. She is black with black hair, brown eyes. She is 5'6" and weighs 140 pounds. Yeah.
Uh, Crystal Fuentes. Crystal Fuentes has been missing from Rochester since March 13th, 2021. She may be in Lockport, according to missingkids.org. Crystal is 15 years old and weighs 125 pounds. She has brown hair, brown eyes, and is 5 feet 1 inch tall. Jariah Reeves. Jariah Reeves has been missing from Elmira, New York since March 2nd, 2021. She is 14 years old, 5'7", and weighs 120 pounds. She is biracial and has black hair with brown eyes. Ajayla Mcgee. Ajayla Mcgee has been missing from Buffalo since February 28th, 2021. She is 17 years old. She weighs 176 pounds and is 5'8". She is black and has black hair and brown eyes. Kiera Sanchez. Kiera Sanchez has been missing from Buffalo since February 26th, 2021. She is 15 years old. Kiera is Hispanic with brown hair and eyes. According to missingkids.org, she is 5 feet 1 inch tall and weighs 100 pounds.
Okay. It's Shaliqua Johnson. She has been missing from the Bronx since January 2021. She is 16 years old with black brown eyes and brown hair. 45 and is 5'4". Daniela Reeves she's been missing since January the 5th, 2021. She is Caucasian, 5'5", and weighs 100 pounds. She has black hair, brown eyes, and wears braces. Destiny Soto has been missing from Maybrook, New York since January of this 17, Hispanic, black hair and brown eyes. She's 5'4" and weighs 125 pounds. LaMoney Majors is a black female who is from New York, New York since March of this year. She is 17 years old with brown hair and brown eyes. She is 5'2" and weighs 110 pounds. Kayla Small is 5'2", weighs 114 pounds, has been missing from New York, New York since February of this year. She is 13 years old, has black hair and brown eyes. Christina Holton St. Kitts has been missing from Staten Island, New York since February of this year. She is 12. She's Hispanic with brown hair and brown eyes. She's 5'5" and weighs 110 pounds. Shantia Brown is 16. She's been missing from the Bronx since February of this year. She is 5'4", weighs 170 pounds, and has black hair and eyes. Samantha Diaz has been missing from CLSET, New York, since February of this year. She is 17, Hispanic, has brown hair and eyes. And
Marilyn Carranza Contreras has been missing from Hempstead, New York since March 19, 2021. She is 15 with brown eyes, black hair, and according to Missing Kids, she is 5'4" and weighs 130.
And I'm just gonna add one. We missed Alexandra Guthrie. Apologies. She has been missing from Monroe, New York, since January 29th, 2021. The 16-year-old is 5'6" and weighs 120 pounds. She is black with black hair and brown eyes.
And these are some names that we should know, that should be spread all over the news.
Mm-hmm.
These are young people that have been missing longer than this young lady that was missing just for a couple of days. And we have never heard of these names. We need equity across the board, representation, and highlighting of all bodies.
Yes.
Because all lives matter.
Because yeah, if you want to go by the all lives matter concept.
And Black lives matter, but all lives matter. All lives are equal. No lives greater than the other. Period.
So let's start acting like it, America.
Yes,
We
America.
see you.
The land of
Until
the free and the home of the brave.
next
Oh
time.
Lord. Oh. Oh my God. Until next time, we see you, we're watching you, and just like that Sting song, every step you take,
We're gonna hold your freaking ass accountable.
every move you
Yes, we see each
make.
other, honey. We see each other. We got
Oh
our eyes on
Christ.
y'all.
Later.
Later.